Good day, everyone, and welcome back to another Rangers Ready Go review. Today, Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, episode 19, Magic Misfire. As you can probably take from the title, Magic. It is a Preston Blue Ranger episode because he is apparently a student of the fine art of magic. It was definitely more prevalent in Shuriken Sentai Ninja, the Japanese version of the show, that the Blue Ranger was indeed a magician and had gone to some big grand school for magic. That's not really the case here in Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. While the Blue Ranger is still considered a magician, he has not attended any sort of institution for higher magical learning. He just was given the wand the first season of Ninja Steel, and he still has it. He still can do magic every now and again, I guess. But this is a Preston, a Blue Ranger heavy episode, and it focuses more on the villain Tynamon. Sorry, I keep wanting to mispronounce that in a different way. We learn many things about Tynamon in this episode, which lead up to his demise, but I'll get to that in a moment. The episode starts at Summer Cove High, as it normally does, because apparently these kids don't have homes, they're always at school. They are in one of the classrooms. Preston is teaching a magic club. That's right, a magic club. Not a class, but a club. So, I guess you can't take it as seriously. Well, in the process of teaching this magic club, Preston shows to be getting a little bit frustrated at the students that are making a bit of a mess of the classroom. Confetti and props everywhere. It's kind of hectic. And just as he is getting pretty much fed up with the mess, enter Victor and Monty. Got a break from them got a break from them in the last episode because it was all a Halloween special in the last episode, and I'm really thankful that they didn't just figure, oh well, it's a Halloween episode, let's have Victor and Monty dress up as something stupid and do something stupid. No, they just left them out of the episode entirely. Even though last week's episode, the Halloween special, was a complete disaster, it was probably the worst episode in this entire series. The only one redeeming factor it had was there was no Victor and Monty. I can't say that about this weekend's episode. Well, Monty decides to hypnotize Victor and proceeds to say, "You are getting sleepy, and when I snap my fingers and say chicken," or I think when he just said, "When I say the word chicken, you'll turn into a chicken." So he says the word chicken, and Victor basically turns into a chicken, proceeding to run amok around the classroom, destroying it even further. Then enters the classroom's teacher, which I guess is the school's drama teacher. Comes in and basically tells Preston that he's upset at the mess, and he doesn't want to let him use his classroom for his magic club any longer. Well, I guess Preston was going to use his go-to-sleep magic spell. I want to say he was going to use it on Victor. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. Anyway, he goes to use a go-to-sleep spell with his wand during the chaos, and instead misses and hits the teacher, forcing the teacher to fall asleep in his chair. Well, who comes in next but the principal of the school, Principal Hastings, something like that, really weird, goofy name. She comes in, catches the teacher sleeping, sees the classroom is a mess and very, very hectic and chaotic, and wakes the teacher up, and then proceeds to fire him for falling asleep. Now, I know that falling asleep on any job is a bad thing, but being a drama teacher in a high school, I'd fall asleep too. But no, all jokes aside, no, she fires him pretty mercilessly. And of course, Preston feels bad because it was his fault. He's the one who cast the spell to make him fall asleep. Well, he then proceeds to try to get petition signed for many of the students. I think he got up to like 126 signatures or something between the three petitions that were circulating around the school. He gives it to the principal, and she stands by her word. And even though some of her brightest students give her a petition to try to keep the drama teacher's job, she still refuses it and says that he's still fired, and nothing's going to change that. Okay. So, cut back to the Galaxy Warriors ship with Madame Odious and Tynamon. Well, anyone who's seen Shuriken Sentai Ninja, you would already know that Tynamon is basically just a tiny monster inside of a human-size monster-like robot that looks exactly like him. Strange enough. Well, Madame Odious is using this against him, saying that she wants him to brainwash Mick using a device that she's created, but she wants Tynamon to do it, and if he does, she will gigantify his tiny body and make him normal sized, I would guess, because he's already so small that just by gigantifying him would make him human sized, you would figure. So I guess that's what he's really after, is just wanting to be full size and not have to use the robot body anymore. Fair enough. Well, she proceeds to pull Tynamon out of his robot body to tease him and chastise him, and then order him to use the device she made on Mick. Well, at first the device is way too large, it's normal size, so what does she do? She, instead of gigantifying Tynamon so he can use it effectively, she shrinks the device down to his size so he can use it. But then I figure, if you decrease the device's size, wouldn't you be decreasing its effectiveness too? So very, 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 very strange. So he takes it, goes to the school. After the Rangers, they figured out that their petition isn't going to work. Mick shows up for really no other reason other than to ask, did your petition work? And it didn't. But then they get a call that from Redbot that there is trouble. Hastily gives the petitions to Mick. Mick then sees Tynamon run across the school floor into a classroom, into, I believe it was the shop class. And of course he says, what was that? He goes to check it out, looks in the room a little bit, nothing seemingly, but then all of a sudden there's Tynamon. And instead of recognizing him as Tynamon, as the monster, he knows what he looks like. Mick knows what this monster looks like. He's seen him before. He just says, what in the world? And then Tynamon blasts him with the mind control device and captures Mick. So therefore Mick is now brainwashed, captured, and working for Madame Odious once again. But then again back to the whole device thing. If she shrunk the device down, how did that still work effectively on a normal-sized person? You figure it wouldn't be powerful enough. But then again, I'm no scientist. I'm not going to make calculations and try to figure out exactly how that would work. I'm just not going to bother. Anyway, like I said, it works. It brainwashes him. Mick is gone. Cut to the Rangers. They end up fighting who else but Brock. Brax is his name. Brax is his name. Which is strange, once again, because this monster was ultimately defeated and destroyed way back in Ninja Steel, before Super Ninja Steel even started. So this was last year, was the last time we saw this monster. Now all of a sudden, and we just expect that he was, or could assume that he was destroyed and gone and dead. No, he's back again. Again, our villain of the show, Madame Odious, is trying to rule the universe, yet she already seems to have the ultimate power of the universe, and that's not dying. That's just bringing anything back to life that she wants. So what's the point of ruling everything if you're just going to live forever anyhow? That should be a villain's real goal, is just try to live forever, not try to rule everything for as long as they can. Then it'll just get passed down, dropped to somebody else. Anyway, The Rangers begin to fight Brax. They get their butt kicks like normally, like they did when they tried to fight him back in Ninja Steel in the first season. They decide to use a new technique they've been working on, which is a element force field, like a barrier. Well, so instead of using it to protect themselves from an oncoming attack, or to use it just to simply capture Brax inside and then to power up an attack and then finish him off, what do? They trap Brody inside of the barrier with Brax because they obviously have confidence in him that he'll win, but he doesn't win. He gets his butt kicked, and subsequently, his Power Star once again gets damaged. I've never known a Ranger's Morpher, their henshin device, their whatever they use to transform. I've never known it to get damaged as much or as easily as it does in this series. It's ridiculous. Back in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Rangers Morphers got seemingly damaged and destroyed like once. That was it. It was like at the end of season 2 where they were basically losing their powers anyway before they got new powers. They got the Zeo powers. But no, in Ninja Steel or Super Ninja Steel, no, their morphers have to be damaged every other episode apparently to where they can't morph for some stupid reason. Anyway, they get their butts kicked and they retreat. Brax says, "That's okay. We have Mick anyhow." What was the point of even fighting the Rangers if you already had Mick captured? You didn't need to distract them, really. I mean, yeah, you pulled them away from the school, but you didn't even really need to do that. You just needed to wait until the Rangers went their separate ways to their classes or whatever. Then Tynamon still could have lured Mick into the classroom and then zapped him and then captured him and taken him back to the Galaxy Warrior ship. There was no reason to have to send a monster down to pull the Rangers away from the school. There's just no reason for that. Considering Brax didn't get destroyed and all that happened was Brody's Power Star got damaged. That's all that happened in that. So it was kind of pointless. I think they just wanted to pull out a quick extra recycled fight scene that they didn't use back when Brax was supposed to actually be still alive in Shuriken Sentai Ninja. Oh well. Well, so as Brody is trying to get his Power Star repaired, and Redbot says it would go a lot faster with Mick, but we haven't heard from him for hours, so they have no idea where Mick is. It turns out, well, again, Mick apparently, under brain control, had sent a message to the Rangers, a video message saying that his parents were sick and he was going to go to the Lion Galaxy to visit them. And he'll be back soon. That was it. That's all they said. And there was no emotion on his face, no nothing. So the Rangers, they took him seriously, and that's pretty much that. So now cut back to Tynamon. Apparently, to become gigantified, he now has to defeat the Rangers, according to Madame Odious. Well, he tries. The Rangers come out. They morph. They, oddly enough, they morph. Or the Blue Ranger. I'm sorry, I'm just trailing off. The Blue Ranger uses the Lion Power Star to turn into Lion Fire Blue, and Levi, the Gold Ranger, he morphs into his Superstar mode. Then they proceed to use their final attacks together and attack Tynamon. They think he's defeated, and that would have been easy because Tynamon never even threw a punch, never even attacked him or anything. So they just morph to their most powerful forms, and then boom, final attack. They think it's over. Tynamon explodes, falls over, and then what proceeds was the laziest editing / special effect insert that I've probably ever seen in Power Rangers, in any of Power Rangers. They just simply hit the rewind button. Seriously, they hit the rewind button. The finishing attack hits Tynamon, sparks fly out of him, he falls over, cuts to the Rangers. Yeah, we did it. Cuts back to him, and it literally just hit the rewind button where he just like the Undertaker, just comes right back up, and you can see the sparks from the explosion going back inside of him. They literally just hit the rewind button, and that was the laziest edit slash special effect insert that I have ever seen in Power Rangers ever. Even in Super Sentai back in the 70s and 80s, they if they used the rewind button, if they did something like that, it was something to where it wasn't supposed to be so obvious. No, this was obvious. Literally, bam, whoop. It was terrible. It looked awful. It was so lazy looking. And then proceeds to say, "Not a scratch on me, Rangers." Well, they decide to just grab a hold of him. Levi and Preston, they each grab one arm. Then Sarah blasts him in the face with an arrow, and he says, "Not the face." His face gets busted, it breaks off. Then they see what Tynamon really is. They see that he's just a tiny man, a Tynamon. Get it? Tynamon, tiny man. Yeah, I think that's the joke that they were going for. And he jumps out, abandons his robot body, and the only way, obviously, now he could fight the Rangers if he is gigantified for real. So, Madame Odious tells Cosmo to gigantify him. He does, enthusiastically, because that's his only job on the show, is to gigantify the monsters and to look stupid. And to remind you that he's not from this series, Tynamon is gigantified. The Rangers hesitate, or don't hesitate one bit, to summon their Zords. They form the Fusion Megazord. Again, to get their butt kicked at first, then decide to call in the Lionfire Zord and form the Ultra Zord. And then they finish Tynamon off. It was as simple as that. Just like always, rinse and repeat. That same old formula. If you can't beat them when they're tiny, you'll obviously beat them when they're big, with seemingly no effort. Cuts back to Madame Odious on the ship, seemingly upset at Tynamon's defeat, but still says that since they have Mick, they can proceed with her ultimate plan. Yeah, this ultimate plan that she just came up with an episode ago. And now apparently wants to brainwash the entire planet Earth by having Mick build a satellite that can relay her device's transmission all over the planet. So yay, Mick is a bad guy. In the next episode, the Power Rangers are going to find out that Mick was brainwashed, and they're going to try to save him. Rinse and repeat. Just keep it up. Rinse and repeat. So then cut back to the school where the Rangers have an idea to get the drama teacher's job back. Well, Preston figures, well, we can't fix one mistake. Let's go ahead and try to fix a mistake with another mistake. Basically, they rig it to where the principal of their school also falls asleep on the job. And who else to catch her sleeping on the job but the drama teacher, who was subsequently fired earlier in the episode by the principal. And when he comes in, realizes she's asleep, and the copier's been going haywire, and there's papers everywhere, he wakes her up, and then she realizes, oh, well, if I could fall asleep that easily, anyone can. Who the hell made you so special? What, do you never sleep? Sheesh. Anyway, she realizes that she had made a mistake, and that she had ignored the students' petitions that the students wanted the teacher back, and she should not have basically just brushed the situation off as easily as she did. She gives the drama teacher his job back, and at the end of the episode, he tells Preston that he was sorry and he is going to let Preston use his classroom as their magic club gathering meeting place once again. And the very last scene is the Rangers eating, and Levi says, "This isn't my sandwich." So the others checked theirs, and they said, "Did you have chicken?" Victor was standing by, and apparently, even though when Monty hypnotized him earlier and didn't say anything about anyone else saying the word chicken, it still turns Victor into a chicken, and he starts bucking around the cafeteria, and nobody knows why, obviously. So that was inconsistent. Now, if he had said when he originally hypnotized Victor, if he had said when anyone says the word chicken, you'll turn into a chicken. There you go. No, it was just Monty who said it, and he turned into a chicken. But ugh, I can't keep saying the word chicken anymore. Watch the video for yourself, guys. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, if you're so inclined. I know I say that every time, but not a lot of people are commenting here lately, so I got maybe a couple of regulars that'll comment on every video, which I am very thankful for. I always appreciate your feedback, and I appreciate everything that you do to help support the channel. So you guys know who I'm talking about. You all know who you are. So until the next video, this is Rangers Ready Go. That was my review of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel episode 19, Magic Misfire. The whole episode was a misfire, if you ask me. So, got a couple episodes left of this series, guys. And like I said before, they really better pick it up, because this was terrible too. This wasn't by no means a great episode, or even a good episode. It was just another episode. So you got like what, maybe 2-3 episodes left tops. Super Ninja Steel. Let's hope the last episode or 2 can actually deliver something better than the last 40 episodes. So, until next time, guys, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, you can go ahead and hit that little subscribe icon. It should be like right around here somewhere. When you hit that, you subscribe, and feel free to hit the little bell notification icon located on my homepage of my YouTube channel. That will let you guys know every time I upload a new video, in case you're interested. And this concludes our broadcast day.